life where I had to step back and look at my own self. You know what I mean? I had to look myself in the mirror like what are you doing? You know what I mean? I was promoting a lot of the wrong things, you know, and at the same time, I was putting the information that I was learning through all these books, you know what I mean, from you, from, you know, Hilda, from York, and from everybody that I was learning from. I was putting the information in my music. You know what I mean? I was like mixing the medicine with the food. You know what I mean? So they wouldn't be able to really taste it, but it was in there. You know what I mean?
No, I got it. You were going with the bling and you know, some of the nomenclature, but it was so basically people would come check out the real message.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I had to mix it in there somehow to get to spark people's curiosity. Like, hold up, Prodigy talking about partying and this and that, but hold up, what's he talking about right here? What does this mean? To spark their interest. I was trying to be strategic about it almost. You know what I mean? To spark people's interest in what else I had to say. You know what I mean? And you know, I got to a point in my life and my career where, you know, it's easy to get caught up in that lifestyle. You know what I mean? You know, fast money and all that type of stuff. You know, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So, you know, I had started slipping at some point, and I had to catch myself. You know what I mean? And look myself in the mirror like, yo, dogs, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you really bugging right now. Now it's time to go all the way. You know what I mean? Because you're bugging. You know what I mean? So I had to catch myself, and I got to the point where I just got fed up, and I got pissed off, and I said, you know what? I'm not rocking jewelry no more. Number one, I'm not doing certain things anymore, and I'm doing it to make a statement. You know what I mean? To let people say, yo, why is P doing that? Let's listen to what he has to say. You know what I mean? And basically, I started, you know, looking at the other people in the industry, and I just started picking out certain things that I've seen. Like, why is this person doing this? You know, Jay-Z was just one example of, and one of the biggest examples of, you know, artists in the music industry. You know what I mean? Because he's so popular and so big, you know. And the community where he comes from out there in Brooklyn, this is where, you know, the guy Dr. York is also from. And Jay-Z was part of that community, the Dr. York community, you know what I mean? And he had learned all that information that York was putting out, and all the information that I know, you know what I mean? Jay-Z was learning that also. So he knows what time it is, you know what I mean? But he just doesn't promote it.
You're saying, bottom line, in a way, he's a turncoat. You know he knows all this information, but he's clearly decided to join it. He's decided to, hey, I'm gonna Benedict Arnold this.
Yeah, I mean, from the looks of things, it looks like, you know, that he has chosen sides. You know what I mean? For lack of a better term, he's chosen a side. You know what I mean? And the side that he chose is money, power, and you know, he doesn't really care to spread any type of information that might help save somebody's soul. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Prodigy, well, this is a short segment, long final segment coming up. We'll give your websites out on the other side. Prodigy of Mobb Deep. I want to come back where we left off. This is powerful information, and I've got a message to JC and others on the other side. I'll see if Prodigy will join me in this message. We'll be right back. Stay with us. That's what I want to get to. Now, running through these fast, sir, we've seen rappers in the media demonized lately, and you were one of the only people to actually come to their defense for calling out Obama. What's your view of President Barack Obama?
I mean, my view on him is that, you know, number one, you can't be a president of the United States unless you're part of this bloodline that they got going on that goes all the way back to, you know what I mean, European royalty, you know what I mean?
Who believe that they're related to Jesus and Mary Magdalene. They're completely delusional.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So they got this bloodline going on, and whether people believe it or not, it's very real. You know, you will not be an American president unless you are linked and part of this bloodline, and Obama is. You know, he's a part of that. That's why he was allowed into the door. That's why he was placed where he's at now.
Well, he's related to Cheney and Bush.
Yeah.
And by the way, they're all related to everybody else. That's been confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, it's It's definitely a link. I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, all humans are related." No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, first, third, fourth, fifth cousins. Like, I'm talking about very related. Like, this is your family. You know what I mean? Your mother is this person's cousins, and like, I'm talking about real related.
Yeah, they would come to the family reunion, that closely related. Well, it turns out that that Bush and Kerry, particularly, even MSNBC did a breakdown. It's like, I got a French bulldog. It's super related to all of their French bulldogs. I mean, it turns out they're cousins on every side, in every angle. Third cousins, fifth, ninth, 10th, 15th. I mean, it's just all related.
Yeah, exactly. So, Obama's a part of that. And whether he knows it or not, you know what I mean? Because I don't know that man. I haven't got a chance to pick his brain. So I don't know, really. I can only assume, and I can only look at the facts. You know what I mean? And from what I see, you know what I mean, whether he knows it or not, he's down with this whole, conspiracy, you know what I mean, to rule the world, basically. He's a part of it. You know what I mean? And, to brainwash people and to kill people, genocide, you know what I mean? Everything that's going on out here that is just so fantastic, you really don't want to believe it. Obama's down with it.
Well, Prodigy, what about the fact that he increased the funding for the basically forced abortions and population reduction in Africa? I mean, that's the big litmus test for me, any leader, because it doesn't matter if you're white, black, when 52% of black people in America are never born, I mean, that is definitely being targeted. And Jesse Jackson talked about this until he ran for president and then suddenly shut up. For me, that's the litmus test.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like that going on, man. There's definitely a lot of stuff like that going on. And, it's sad, man. It's sad that when the election time was going on, when Obama was running for president, I was looking at all the candidates, and I'm like, wow, this is really a black candidate. Like, you know what I mean? It was amazing to watch that. You know what I mean? Because I'm black. I'm proud of my heritage, and it would be nice to see that. You know what I mean? That would be a beautiful thing. So I'm looking at everybody though, and I'm watching the debates with the candidates when they debate each other and all that. And I'm really watching it close. I'm paying attention to what they're saying and what they represent. And I seen this dude, Ron Paul, and certain things he was saying. You know what I mean? And I was like, hold up. Ron Paul is the only one up there, like, really exposing people. Like, he's really saying something. Nobody else is saying nothing like him. You know what I mean?
And the whole media came after him. One of my staff got a professional poll call the other day, and it was computerized, and they had the Republican candidates 1 through 7 with Ron Paul at the end. He tried to vote for Ron Paul, and it wouldn't let him vote. And they've caught Fox News dubbing in boos over him when he wins the big straw polls. Absolutely. That's where you can tell. If the media is behind somebody, then you know they're bad. If the media is against somebody, you know they're good.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I had put it out there. I started doing interviews. They were like, yo, Prodigy, who you voting for Obama? Because it was a popular thing in the rap community to, vote for Obama, the first black president. He'll be the first black. That was real popular, and a lot of people just followed like sheep. You know what I'm saying? So they asked me on the radio, who you voting for? I said, if I was to vote, I would vote for Ron Paul. You know what I mean? And they were like, what? They couldn't believe I said that. You know what I mean? Like, everybody in the hip-hop community, they were just like, oh, Prodigy, you crazy. The first black president, he's black. Vote for him because he's black. I'm like, you don't vote for a person because he's black, first of all. You know what I mean? You vote for a person, no matter what their color is, you vote for them because of their intelligence and what they say they're going to do and, what they are doing. And you know what I mean?
Exactly. You don't judge somebody by the color of their skin, but by the character of their deeds.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So this is what I was promoting to people, and they tried to, like, almost demonize me or like say, oh, Prodigy's crazy. What's wrong with this guy? He's just ranting and he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean? He's a conspiracy theorist and he does this and he does that. I'm like, wow, there's that many crazy people in this world.
Well, hey, look who's been proven right. Continued the wars, the torture, the spying, the banker behavior. I mean, it's like Bush 3 here, or I guess Bush was really part 3 of his dad, so I guess it'd be part 4 or 5, Bush 5 here. because we all know that when Reagan was running things, that it was really Bush Sr. Talk about a wicked devil on that front. Running through a bunch of questions here, and I'm glad Ron Paul was on my list here. Let's talk a little bit about 9/11. What's your view on 9/11?
9/11 was basically a setup, you know what I mean, by definitely by, this thing called the Illuminati. You know what I mean? That's another thing I want to touch on real quick. Illuminati is just a word, first of all. You know what I mean? It means to be enlightened, the illuminated ones or whatever, right? The original Illuminati, that original concept, you know what I mean? It comes from, the essence in Egypt, in ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? The original Masons. You know what I mean?
The Egyptian mystery schools.
Exactly. It comes from us, and they took our information basically, and they're using it for evil. You know what I mean? So I just want to let people know the origin of this stuff. Like, they're taking our history, you know what I mean? My ancestors' history, knowledge, information, and they're using that power, which is God's power, and they're using it for evil.
Well, it is true that Egypt, 6,000 years ago or more, was the first with the set up colleges on astronomy, but also farming, but also political control. And then, of course, that's why we're buried in coffins. I mean, it's all Egyptology, and then that's what the Masons or think they're hoarding the secrets of it. And then you have really the Illuminati being a modern branch of that, and really it's a gang of people. And of course, most Masons or porch Masons aren't even aware of it, and it's an idea. They can see, we can't. It's like They Live, John Carpenter.
Exactly.
They live, we sleep, and you put the sunglasses on, and now you can see. And
exactly.
What do they say when you can see? I got one that can see.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that word is just a word. It's a concept, like you said, for a group of people that are running things. That's probably not even their name, Alex. You know what I'm saying? They probably go by a different name. They probably have no name, but who cares?
Let me give you their name. They call it the Council, the Supreme Council of 13, that sits above the Bilderberg Group. I've confirmed this by multiple high-level CIA and State Department people and Colonel Craig Roberts and others. I would never even say it till I'd gotten it confirmed over and over again. You notice the new Super Congress is a model of that, or a subgroup, as above, below in their rules. You have 6 House, 6 Senate, and Obama as the head of the Council of 13. Again, Jesus and his 12 disciples. The 13 colonies, they always repeat it over and over again.
But the bottom line is it's happening. It doesn't even matter what their name is. You know what I mean? It could be the round table of grand wizards, dumbasses. Like, who cares what their name is? It's really happening. You know what I'm saying? So the bottom line is on 9/11, you know what I mean? What they did was they killed 20 birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to say it. You know what I mean? Because they changed all kinds of laws. They changed all kinds of they changed people's mentality, the way they look at the world. They pulled off one of the biggest ritualistic murders, you know what I mean? That ever happened, you know what I mean? Live for the whole world to see. You know what I mean? I put a line in one of my songs that you were just playing in the intro about how they lit the pentagram on fire. You know, in the Pentagon. That's a pentagram they set fire that day.
It's the center of the pentagram, yeah.
Yeah, so it was on fire. Like, and they only do that in satanic rituals. They like pentagrams on fire. You know what I mean? So I think it was more than just, something hit the building or whatever. I think they really lit it on fire for a reason. You know what I mean?
Oh, they admit that wars are ritualistic slaughter. That goes back to the Romans with the gladiators. It began as a sacrifice, but instead of the priest cutting your heart out, we have people kill each other in the ring. And the ancient Greeks said human sacrifice. This stuff does not change. And for the outer initiates at Bohemian Grove, it's mock. But then for the inner initiates, it becomes real. And then once they've compromised you there, now you can engage in the mass murder and death openly. Now, I've read, and I want to see if this is accurate, that obviously you have a right to defend yourself, a famous, wealthy person. I mean, guys that, that close donut shops at or, at midnight are, allowed to carry guns even in cities that have restrictions. And I've read that you got set up for having a gun to defend yourself, a multimillionaire, probably 50 times over, I don't know. And that again, in New York, you're not allowed to defend yourself, and that's what they sent you to prison for, and that was basically done to punish you because of what you were saying.
Well, that might be a little extreme to say that. People might have the wrong idea of what really happened. Everything is not, and this will help. This will help calm people down a little bit too with all the conspiracy stuff. You know what I mean? Everything is not a conspiracy. Some things happen because you did something wrong, and there's no big conspiracy behind it. You know what I mean? I did something wrong that day. You know what I mean? The street, the life where I come from, is dangerous, man. The environment where I come from is dangerous, and I'm not out there running around trying to hurt people. I'm not doing none of that.
But you have a right to have a gun. I think that law's wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? The gun was illegal that I had. You know what I mean? I have a right to have a gun as long as I follow the steps and follow the law and get it the right way. You know what I mean? The gun I was carrying was illegal. It was a legal firearm. I wasn't supposed to have it. I wasn't licensed to carry it, none of that.
No, but but there's only a few spots, Prodigy, where that's the case, and a law that's unconstitutional is null and void. I don't want to... Look, I would use this example if you weren't here, because it's a good one. It's true. The first gun laws were against black people in this country. After the Civil War, they said we can't have those folks being armed, so it started. And there's only a few cities, Chicago, New York, and others, where it's almost impossible to own a gun. For me, it is crazy to especially be a famous person with all the, I bet, the stalkers and stuff you've got, and to not have a gun. I mean, listen, I got a gun right here with me right now, and it's not because I'm living in fear. I'm living in strength. I mean, I got to tell you, you were falsely in prison, and I know it's a way to man up and say, well, I did wrong. I'm not going to say it's that I was put in prison, but and I don't want to end the interview on that, but, I mean, shouldn't you work to get rid of New York gun laws so everybody can defend themselves?
I mean, yeah, that would be a beautiful thing, man. It would definitely be a beautiful thing to do that, you know what I mean?
Yes, I think it's pure bull. I mean, I understand, it's like good sportsmanship. Okay, I went to jail. I'm not going to say I was innocent, but, I mean, well, okay, I'll use this one on you. There have been a lot of laws in this country that were unconstitutional, haven't there been?
Yeah, they have. You're right about that.
I can think of a couple right now. I bet you can think of some.
You're definitely right about that. You know what I mean? But, I just wanted to let people know, it wasn't like, oh, they came after me because he's talking this stuff in his songs. That's not what happened. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you, but if you were playing along, then it might have gotten dropped, and I know that stuff goes on.
Yeah, you never know with that. You know what I mean? That it was definitely. I'll tell you this much: during my trial, the arresting detectives came on the stand and they actually lied, like cold lied in my trial.
See?
You know what I mean? It was like a big lie to make sure that I got locked up, because it was an illegal search. It was an illegal search of my car. So they got on the stand in the trial and they said, oh, we saw the gun in his hand when we walked up on the car, and that wasn't true.
Okay.
They had to say that.
Bearing false witness in court? I mean, that's as bad. Look, the government's been caught everywhere. In closing, I'm sure you've heard about the government now admitting they're bringing the opium in. Can you believe that? They just admit it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, listen, Prodigy, this has been absolutely incredible.
Way different, American spin. I was fast asleep, but now I'm wide awake. I was under the spell of King Guru and reserve notes. Religion and fashion, I used to be flashy till I had a total recall. Forgot what I already knew. It took me 33 years for me to see the truth. Ever so clear, I was too young, I couldn't articulate myself the right way, son. But now, let me break it down, pass it all around. This is not a theory, the conspiracy is real. They wanna put me in a straight jacket in a padded room, tell the world it's 12 monkeys, so they could be confused. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito, in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. They say life is like chess. Well, fuck that, I'm tired playing games with you kids. Ain't no time for playing. Check the rhymes I'm saying. I write it for the streets, for the hood. Inspiration, inspire a part of the map. Where it's poverty, I started with a mob, but now I got an army of soldiers and troopers. The TV and the radio scared to death of us, so we hit the YouTube up. Now I got millions of views. Now watch how many rappers follow what P do. Now I'm too hoodie to conform to the program. I'm too much of a rebel for me to try to fit in. Nigga, it don't matter the color of your skin. Right now you either positive or you negative. I got friends in high places, multiple races, and cultures on my side. All you got is paper. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically.
To survive can be broken down to two basic functions for any organism to survive. You have to be able to grow, maintain yourself, take care of your biology, but you also must be able to protect yourself, so that if you're just growing and you can't protect yourself, you'll become food for something else.
Bright gangster, I'm a cool brother, smart motherfucker, and still shoot guns for the life of me. Can't figure these people out. I try to love them, but they pull a hatred out from inside of me. The lion was trying to sleep. Yeah, you fucked up now. You just woke up the beast. Now it's skull and bones all over the turf. I take the show on the road. That's all over the earth. It's P, not Diddy and the family. I dry mop niggas up. It won't even be one drop of blood, no trace for the forensics. I clean up nice when I take a devil head, and Lord knows I'm a godsend. I'm anti-Satan and you antichrist. It's all in the eyes, Chico. They the windows to the soul, and I can see fake people with my eyes closed. I done told you, but y'all niggas still got the nerve to try to hustle a hustler. It don't work. Cold-blooded nigga, city of cold hearts. It's no fear out here. We not scared of y'all. But y'all niggas still got the nerve to try to hustle a hustler. It don't work. Cold-blooded nigga, city of cold hearts. It's no fear out here. We not scared of y'all. Arabian sword cut the head off of snakes. You 10,000 years old, you need to have a seat and let the young G's rise up and take power. We try and heal the world, you try and devour the earth and its resources, killing babies, poison in the water, and synthetic seeds. We a new breed of kids, we on some shit. We don't believe your books, we got our own connection with the universal life force. They pass laws, but the law of the land is not maritime law. I'm talking etymology, see what I'm trying to say? We not really free, we just a new slaves, yeah. We still slaves, we still slaves. They took the chain off our wrists and put it on our brains. I take this gun off my hip and put it to your braids. You try and stop me from being great, it won't happen. But y'all niggas still got the nerve to try to hustle a hustler. It don't work. Cold-blooded nigga, city of cold hearts. It's no fear out here, we not scared of y'all. But y'all niggas still got the nerve to try to hustle a hustler. It don't work. Cold-blooded nigga, city of cold hearts. It's no fear out here, we not scared of y'all.
When carrying out attacks on other nations, destroying their infrastructure, and deforming their future generations, the imperialist needs to rewrite history and keep repeating it over and over until it becomes true.
Young lady with the red hair right behind the school teacher there.
Mr. President, why did you drop the atom bomb?
I made the only decision I ever knew how to make. I did what I thought was right.
I see you got your spin. Careful with that shit. Quiet on the set. Police on our neck. Your head like that up. Let me get that ace. Unholy water my cup. In this mental, physical, spiritual war. Yeah, it's a spiritual war. It's an actual, factual, supernatural war. Listen, I got a diamond heart, 24 karat blood, my body is my temple. Bitch, I am the plug, whole universe my outlet. I and I, we are one, respect the flower of life, or get your petal plucked like. She love me or she love me nah. You love me or you love what I got. It's okay if you're scared, turn your fear into power. We got serpents in the garden, some of those apples are sour, GMO. Careful with that shit, quiet on the set, police on our neck. Your head like that up, let me get that ace. Unholy water my cup, a little Henny. In this mental, physical, spiritual war. Yeah, it's a spiritual war. It's an actual, factual, supernatural war. I've got a diamond heart, 24 karat blood, my body is my temple. Bitch, I am the plug, whole universe is my power source. I stay on, I stay lit. At 1.21 gigawatts, I brainstorm, start raining. Start raining, start raining. At 1.21 gigawatts, I brainstorm, start raining. On your warriors, we not scared. We stand in front of your tanks like Tiananmen Square. I see you got your spin, careful with that shit. Quiet on the set, police on our neck. Your head like that up, let me get that ace. Unholy water my cup. In this mental, physical, spiritual war. Yeah, it's a spiritual war. It's an actual, factual, supernatural war. I see you got your spin, careful with that shit. Quiet on the set, police on our neck. Your head like that up, let me get that ace. Unholy water my cup. In this mental, physical, spiritual war. Yeah, it's a spiritual war. It's an actual, factual, supernatural war.
Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by the rulers as useful. Seneca the Younger.